Hello, I am Arun Kumar.
And I am Tiffany. We are lawyers from the Kuala Lumpur Legal Aid Centre.
Together with UNHCR, we have developed 4 legal empowerment videos to raise legal awareness with the refugee community in Malaysia. Having an income to support oneself and family is important. However, refugees face many issues relating to their jobs or even finding a job in Malaysia. Therefore, in this video, we will be talking about employment law. Let's start with the basic question. Are refugees allowed to work in Malaysia?
Some refugees who have passports or other documents might be able to apply for a work visa in Malaysia to work legally. For refugees who only have UNHCR documents, the situation might not be as simple. The Ministry of Human Resource previously announced that individuals with UNHCR documents are only allowed to work in the informal sector to sustain themselves.
Jobs in the informal sector can be self-employment or taking up odd jobs like cleaners, helpers in restaurants, electricians, or plumbers. These are just to name a few.
Refugees too are entitled to basic labour rights. So, what are their basic labour rights?
Firstly, refugees should be paid a reasonable amount of money for the work done and are at the very least entitled to minimum wages set by the government. Secondly, employers cannot fire you without good reason. For example, your boss cannot dismiss you just because he does not like your nationality or ethnicity. Some employers will not fire you directly, but may make your work very difficult, pressuring you to quit on your own. This too is a violation of your labour rights.
That's right. We also know that mistreatment is common in workplaces. There are various types of mistreatments. For example, you are given a shorter break time because of your race, your boss shouts at you for no reason, or you are not allowed reasonable time to pray, and so on. These are all against your labour rights.
Here are our suggestions on how to protect yourselves. Firstly, you are encouraged to negotiate with your boss on salary, working hours, break time, and job conditions. After that, send a text message or voice recording to your boss on what has been agreed and take a picture of the chat. Secondly, keep a copy of your written agreement if you have it. Write down the working hours every day in a book. You can send a WhatsApp message or voice recording to your boss every day to record how many hours you have worked and take a picture of the chat.
Also, it is important to mention that the Malaysian law takes sexual harassment at work very seriously. Know that sexual harassment need not be physical, it can be through text messages, making sexually inappropriate comments about your body or looks either verbally or online, showing you inappropriate photo, or looking at you in a sexual and disrespectful way. These are just several examples, and it can happen not only to women, but men too. You can lodge a police report and report the matter to the Labour Department, which is empowered to take action against the employer. You can also approach NGOs. Here are the details. For online sexual harassment, you can make a report to the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission (MCMC). Please visit their website to learn more on how to make a complaint.
If your working environment is unsafe, speak to your boss and ask for a change. Your boss must ensure a safe place and system of work. For example, if you are working in the construction or manufacturing industry, you are entitled to be provided with helmet and safety shoes. It's the same for mistreatment. If your boss or other staff constantly scold you unreasonably or are being rude to you, you can speak to your boss requesting for such mistreatments to stop. It may be hard to speak to your boss, but where possible, you should keep a record of the discrimination and exploitation faced. The information can include dates, time, people involved, and what happened. This information will be important should you decide to take legal actions.
So, what should you do if your employer violates your labour rights?
Firstly, you can file a complaint at the Labour Court. The Labour Court can decide on a worker's claim for money like salary or any other payment that you can get under your employment contract or Malaysian laws.
If your employer ends your employment without good reason, you are allowed to lodge a complaint at the Malaysian Industrial Relations Department. The Industrial Relations Department is a governmental department that manages industrial relation issues. This complaint is called an unfair dismissal complaint. Another common situation is refugees getting hurt or injured at the workplace. In this case, your employer should compensate you for the loss suffered and cover the medical fee. We advise you to speak to your employer first, and if he or she refuses to compensate you, you may file a claim in court against your employer. To do this, you can get a lawyer to represent you.
Please note that filing a complaint in court is not the only way to solve this problem. You may seek help from NGOs to assist in negotiation or mediation with employer to resolve employment problems. To know more about NGOs that assist in employment issues, please visit Refugee Malaysia website.
Now, we would also like to address one common question on this topic. Can a person below 18 years old work in Malaysia? In general, Malaysian law prohibits child labour. However, there are some exceptions. People under 18 generally can't work full-time jobs, but in certain situations, they're allowed to do light work, like helping out at a shop or doing simple shopkeeping tasks. This is only allowed if it doesn't interfere with their education and well-being. In situations like this, it is best that the parents are fully aware of their children's employment.
And that's it from us. Thank you for watching this video. We encourage you to gain more understanding of your rights by watching all 4 videos in this series. And for more information, you can visit UNHCR Malaysia website at refugeemalaysia.org.
Don't miss out on vital information that can empower you and others in your community. Stay informed, know your rights.